What's up, everyone? It's another segment of Walking with Carter. Some stuff happened, and I don't really want to go into all of it. But this goes back to what I was saying in earlier videos, Life really isn't like a movie. It's kind of more like a TV show. Sadly, life is like a series of twists and turns. And maybe it's like a Lord of the Rings trilogy. That could be accurate, but it's trilogy or filmology. But it's a TV show, It's every day something can change. Every day something can something can change. We can fall and then learn something new almost every day. It's like we're living a movie every day. Every day is a movie, So I don't want to go exactly into what happened, but I fell off even harder. Sorry, my hand's getting tired. When I was talking to you about how I fell off, I hadn't fallen off that hard yet. I hadn't fallen off that hard yet. I had no idea what was about to come my way. Poor decisions, poor eating habits, just a lot of poor decisions. And, I've never really, I'm getting better now. I started exercising again. I have to get in fit for a secret role that I really can't tell you guys about, but I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be really cool. I have to switch hands again. What was I saying? I fell off really hard. I'm doing better now. Looking back at it, we're all gonna have those times, and we're gonna fall. We are. It's the human condition. You can't get around it. But when you fall, and once you realize that you're falling, you need to start trying to get up. Because, and hey, who knows? Maybe you're supposed to go through it. I personally am feeling kind of grateful that I went through this whole experience, because it's only been one day, really. I've been exercising and stuff for a long time now, but I really fell into a depressive state. It was really bad, and it was my fault. It's caused by me. I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't have fallen into that depressive state if it wasn't. I said it wasn't like a cowboy. If it wasn't for my decisions, I would not have fallen into a depressive state. And you just kind of have to take responsibility for that, but the important thing, and the thing that I've realized through this is, once I started falling and I tried to get up, I was doing a lot. And I've never been a person that's like, I don't want to sound selfish, but I always try to put other people before me, in terms of wording. I probably do a really bad job, actually putting people before me. But I've always been I don't really want to forgive myself. I've always kind of been like that. Self-love didn't sound like a thing that I really needed. It seemed like I more needed to self-hate, not necessarily hate, but tough love. And I realize now that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. Because your mind is dark in those moments, and the more you screw up, and the more you're trying to pull yourself up in a way that's unnatural, putting all of the weight on your shoulders, it's unnatural. it doesn't work, you know? And while you're trying to juggle all that, you know, you start getting depressed and stuff. I think I was gonna say something else, but yeah, honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna upload this video, but I think the point I'm trying to make here is you have to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made and are going to make. Because if you don't, like, if you take yourself more so, this is like, if you take yourself too seriously, your life can seem really serious and it can get very dark very quick. You know, I'm not saying, oh, everything's a joke, everything's light, but you know, viewing life in a more light sense, having more comedy in your life, having more laughter, or just smiles, you know, just smiling and stuff, it plays a difference. You can't be filled with all this self-hate, you know, and maybe you're like me. I had a hard time forgiving myself. It was a very hard process for me. I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's not important because I forgave myself. But maybe you're like me, like it's hard to forgive yourself. In those cases, I would say just start listing things you're grateful for. And that's what I did. I started listing things I'm grateful for, and in turn, that made me think a lot more positive. And if you do that every day, maybe do some daily affirmations, something like that. I hate the corniness of it, but it works. It works. And eventually you will realize that you have to love yourself to be able to love others. You know, I mean, you know, I'm not one that likes to say, oh, like I'm my number one priority, because it seems selfish, but it's true. You have to forgive yourself and you have to like yourself to have a positive impact on others. And yes, having a positive impact on others is very important. And that's why it's important to love yourself. If you're someone that thinks like that, like me, now I would say for most people, it is very important to love yourself. For me, it's important to love myself, because without loving myself, I can't love others. It's very hard, and I do a very bad job at it. And that's what I've learned. And I've also learned that life is a gift. I don't know, man. I'm going through the motions. Or I've already went through the motions. I'm just calming down now and getting ready to get my life back on track. I'll keep you guys updated. This channel was not made for an audience. I love people watching it, but think of this channel as a journal for me. It's more so a journal, an open journal. If you guys learn something from this YouTube journey, then that's going to be great. But I'm making it for me. It's to keep me on track, and I'm going to use my YouTube channel to keep me on track. So I know this was kind of more serious, but it's self-help, you know, sometimes it gets serious, you know, but the important thing is keep it light and breezy. I really think that adds a lot of value, and there are things that aren't light and breezy, and that's okay. But for the most part, day-to-day life, task stuff, just enjoy it. Enjoy life. Peace.